As our forensic investigation of the Hitchhiker Effect phenomenon has continued, many surprising points of information have been obtained. Chief among these points is a possible connection between all of the early UFO crashes beginning in 1945 at Trinity. This connection is insinuated by Dr. Jacques Vallée's research on the Trinity crash, as well as the little-known research of author Bruce Cathy in his harmonic grid books, dealing with the idea of a worldwide UFO grid. The connection between UFOs and nuclear material is one of two constants with UFO activity. The other constant we now know is the Hitchhiker Effect itself. This appears to occur through observable quantum entanglement. This observability has been measured by scientists working at Skinwalker Ranch by placing measurement devices at the ranch and at some of the personnel's private residences, only to discover simultaneous paranormal events occurring in both locations at the same time. This has been discussed by Dr. Travis Taylor on various online interviews. It was also published in the book Skinwalkers at the Pentagon. We believe the two, therefore, are inexorably connected: the attraction to nuclear material and their ability to quantumly entangle themselves with an observer. Furthermore, if Cathy is correct, and that UFO craft must follow a grid pattern to travel around the Earth, then the early nuclear testing appears to have damaged that grid to the point of causing the craft to crash. The craft appear to either have been unaware of the damage to the grid, or they were powerless to avert the damage. This would be like a car driving down the highway only to come across a huge gap in the road that could not be avoided, causing the vehicle to crash. Cathy, furthermore, asserts that nuclear devices are themselves geometric harmonic devices that have to be placed at a specific point and time for a detonation to occur. This is because he thinks that harmonics are required for detonation. This would explain how a device was placed in a spot and time where it was able to damage the planetary harmonic grid of the Earth in such a way as to cause the alien craft to crash. The craft utilized planetary harmonics in their propulsion. This would go a long way to explain why the Trinity, Roswell, and Lonnie Zamora, Socorro, New Mexico encounter all occurred in a relatively small geographic area. The Trinity test was the only one to be detonated at ground level. This too may have come into play. We are still unsure of the claim that nuclear devices are geometric harmonic devices, as this requires extremely specialized expertise to determine. However, even if they are not, it does not preclude one from damaging the so-called ley lines of the Earth, which constitute the harmonic grid proposed by Cathy. Added to all of this are the two cryptid animal encounters that are recorded as being part of the Hitchhiker Effect. The most profound of these two encounters being the dogman encounter by the wife and children of the top intelligence agent of the program. For cryptozoologists, this presents a dire mystery. If two cryptid encounters can be traced back to the Hitchhiker Effect, then why can't they all be? And if they are all not part of the phenomenon, then where is the line that separates them? This extends, in theory, to Bigfoot and to water cryptids as well. Our investigation has revealed that the Hitchhiker Effect can be traced back to the earliest appearance at Roswell, and even to Kenneth Arnold himself, whose family had blue orb activity in their home just after his sighting of the 9 UFOs that is now famous. How far does the Hitchhiker Effect go back? Does it extend back into ancient alien interaction? At this time, we do not know. However, there is evidence for a naturally occurring nuclear reactor that occurred approximately 1.2 billion years ago in Africa. Is it possible that this was when the phenomenon made its way into our world? Our investigation has been leading us into new areas of discovery, such as research from the USSR Academy of Sciences dating back into the 1960s, talking about the crystalline structure of the planet and how it projects a two-part grid system from the actual underlying quartz crystal structure of the planet, and that it actually has 12 areas that protrude up out of the planet, and these correspond to Ivan T. Sanderson's vial vortices, 12 areas, 12 triangles around the world where very strange things occur, including a lot of missing people, lots of UFO activity, cryptid activity, haunting activity. All of it occurs in these small geographic areas that are located all around the planet. I discuss these in my book, Paranormal Planet, and the wide array of paranormal activity that takes place in these areas. It is interesting because here, with the Hitchhiker Effect, we're beginning perhaps to see the true mask of the phenomenon. And with the research of Dr. Jacques Vallée pointing out the oddities of what's occurring, and the fact that this phenomenon appears to wear different masks at different times. And the words of Terence McKenna always come back to mind. We are living in a symbiotic relationship with something that disguises itself as an alien invasion so as not to alarm us. Could it be that the phenomenon equals a type of quantum entanglement that touches the very nature of human consciousness? As we continue this investigation, we will keep you, our audience, up to date on the things that we're finding and discussing. You can always find our latest report on the Para Intel Agency website. Come by and take a look. There are cool t-shirts and things like that on there for people. So come by paraintelagency.com, check out the other videos here on the YouTube channel, and take particular note of the video labeled NASA's Occult Secret, because the part about Kenneth Arnold interacting with L. Ron Hubbard is something that I'll be getting to in some coming videos. It's good to have you guys here, and I will see you next time. Please like and share the video.